It's one of the biggest weeks in all of sprint car racing. Mother Nature has finally simmered down just a little bit. It stopped raining. All the teams have all the cars out of the trailer and our equipment is ready to get on track. Now tonight at the Big E, it is known as the Double Down Duels with the High Limit Sprint Car Series. Basically, we have 60 plus cars and they split the field evenly. They try to split it evenly, but half the guys on one side, half on the other. And in a way, we're running like two separate shows, but we're both running throughout the night. So the one set of cars will qualify against each other, the other will qualify, heat race against each other, and then also run our own features, which are either $10,000 or $12,000 to win and $1,000 to start. So this is a chance to get some really valuable laps to start our week. You can see we're parked here on the end, got our car all ready to go. Eldora is a really important track in 410 sprint car racing because if you can do well here, you can really cash in. We have a $100,000 to win race this week and $175,000. So pretty nuts, but we're ready to get after it, and here in a little bit we'll be getting suited up and on track. So just wrapped up our first laps of the night here at the Big E. I think we ended up with 64 410 sprint cars, and we were 23rd quick in our group of 32. Remember, they split us up and we were the second ones to go. So the racetrack did, slow down a little, but not much. Maybe just the average time, but did slick off. But this place, you can rip around here wide open. Guys are kind of running all over the racetrack. For us, of course, we need to work on our qualifying. It's hurting us, especially in a situation like this. And I feel like we're not super far off, but everyone's just so close, and we're kind of, we're at that bottom half, and some gains would jump us up. So we're gonna make some adjustments to our car. We're kind of struggling to get through 3 and 4. We're losing a lot of time down there. I don't know why. It's almost like my car gets a little more upset by the bumps, just a little whoop section, and it's like I can't get off of 4 and get to the flag stand. So we're losing momentum there. I think if we fix that little problem, that could be 2/10, and that's exactly what we're looking for. So we'll see what they draw for the invert, and the heat races will be up next.
Speedway, heat race number 7, keep the track down here. Tanner Holmes, hit like and subscribe on that heat race victory right there. Don't shake your head. You guys are kicking off an 18-night tour out here in the middle of the country after coming out from the west. What goes into planning a road trip like that from all the way out in Oregon?
A lot, man, but you also have to just kind of go with the flow. You know, this is going to be a hard week for us. Just, and I haven't been to Eldora but one time, so obviously out west we don't have nothing like this. So just glad we got some, you know, laps there and some clean air. Kind of funny that I started next to Landon. You know, me and him are good friends. We race all the time back at home, but yeah, just nice to get some laps here at the Big E and kind of just trying to figure things out. So I feel like every time by, you know, we get a little better and keep working on our car for the next 4 nights.
Tanner Holmes started second on the heat race.
So we started on the front row. Kind of funny story there in that heat race. I was lined up next to that 45X car. That's Landon Brooks, my teammate with QRC. We both drive for Jim Yelich and have for years. So we come all this way to Eldora, one of the biggest sprint car races, you know, in the world, and Landon and I are on the front row. Just thought that was funny to know. You know, didn't get the greatest jump, but was able to get through the top of 1 and 2. My car felt much better than qualifying. I just felt like I could feel the racetrack more. I was stable, and I was actually probably a little bit more on the tight side, where in qualifying, you know, we were a little bit more on the free side. And for me as a driver, I feel like that makes me attack it a little bit more. When I'm loose, I just feel like I can't really do much with it. I don't know, I just can't drive a loose car, whereas a tight car, sometimes you can just, you know, you can kind of make things happen with it. We're going to continue to adjust. We now have a long time until our feature, and we're the second one. So there's a bunch of cars that are going to go before us, and they're just kind of wrapping up everything right now. But as you can see behind me, the racetrack still has some grip. It's not quite to the fence, but it's definitely getting there and building character. So we're getting closer to go time here on Double Down dual night at Eldora. We're going to be rolling off 17th in our feature, and basically every spot we move forward here is just going to help us for tomorrow. We're going to gain more points, so if we can put on a little hard charging run here, it can really help us to have a better shot, you know, for tomorrow's big payday. You can see over here Carly, she's doing some tire work. Some of that tire work here at Eldora is huge. This place is so fast. You can see here blistered left rear. We already put our feature tire on, but we also had some issues in the heat race with our right rear. Very common for this side of the tire to chunk out or blister because it gets so hot. And that's just how these big tracks are. You start going 120 miles an hour, right? And your tires are just spinning when they're in the slick, but you get going so fast you can move through it. So anyway, it's really really crucial, you know, trying to figure that out for us. We haven't ran on tracks of this size, you know, repeatedly with this new tire, and so right now we're really you know, a big deal is just trying to prolong the wear of it, because, you know, the second you get that thing too hot and it comes apart, then your race is kind of over. But that's just one of the little pieces of the puzzle that a team like us and all throughout the pit area are dealing with all night long. Anyway, we're going to be climbing in just a little bit. We really got to try to get a good start here and attack moving forward so we can have a shot. Luckily, the racetrack, walking over here, you can see, I mean, it's doing what we talked about. It's just starting to slicken off, and it's heading in the right direction. So hopefully by the time we roll out, we'll have an even better surface and a good opportunity, you know, for us to try to work our way to the front. everything's starting to clear out here in the infield. We finished 25 laps there in the second feature. I think we got to start 16th, came home 18th. I feel like the racetrack was pretty good. The racing seemed pretty good. I just, I don't know. I didn't feel very good out there. Every time I was around cars, I just didn't feel like I could make up a lot of ground. Kind of ran the bottom, tried to run the top, tried to kind of drive to it, tried to turn off of it. No matter what I did, I just didn't feel like I was necessarily getting better. And just throughout the race, as the track started to slow down, of course I slowed down. So yeah, just kind of frustrating. This is probably going to be, this is going to be a tough place to figure out for me. Second night here, we're going to keep working on our race car. All in all, glad everything's in one piece. But man, it's so frustrating when you're out there, and it's like as a driver, you watch, you see what guys are doing, you see what the fast guys are doing. They're driving straight. They're how to make the middle work, how they make the top work, how they, race around each other. And then you're going out there and you're trying to put that into motion, and sometimes it doesn't happen. So anyway, glad we got to run an A main event tonight, but we have some work to do. I just got to keep trying to work on my job, and yeah, this I knew Eldora was going to be a tough one. This place is just it's a tricky racetrack. And that's going to wrap up the show tonight at the Eldora Speedway. Real quickly, I just want to give a big shout out to all my marketing partners. I would not be running the schedule that I'm running without them. We have DZ, Shane DeWald Trucking, The Boss, Steck, Veenendahl Trucking, QRC, Orville Tax, Diamond Roofing Company, ABC, Canopy Country, Fast 4 Media, Carbon Works, Pit Stop USA, and Earth Environmental, and also Ty 22, XXX Rod and Supply, and Champion Car Wash. And then my family and crew, all you great fans. It really takes an army to do this, and I think that's sometimes why nights like this are so frustrating. I want to deliver on the results that we want to accomplish, and of course we want to win, but even just better than what we're doing, you want to fight for solid top 10s and top 5s, and overall we just got to keep working towards that. See back there as a team, we're eating some dinner. The pit area is completely quiet. We're gonna get some rest, and we'll be back at it again tomorrow, where it's gonna pay $100,000 to win for the Joker's jackpot. Deuces.